Hello dear friends, I'm Samvel Ter-Sahakyan, and today I will do recap of my game. Game ended just hour ago. So I'm playing white against Antipov, Mikhail Antipov. Yes, I'm playing St. Louis Spring round robin tournament. So this was the first round. E4, E5. I had about 2 weeks to prepare before the tournament because pairings were ready 2 weeks before the tournament. So Antipov plays some other openings like e4 c5, e4 e6, but more or less I guessed that he will play e4 e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, d3, and here the main move is bishop c5, and white is having short castle c3. Antipov went knight e7. I played knight c3. e5 pawn is not really hanging because always c6 is there, and then queen a5, queen e5 is white is losing knight on e5. Yes, today before the game I briefly checked and saw that one of the top choices for engine is to play knight c3, c6 and bishop c4. Yes, my opponent played d6. I played d4. Yes, I was thinking about to go a4, but he just plays knight g6. So I played d4. He took on d4. I took with the queen, and he played knight g6. He was blitzing out all these moves, and here I took maybe more than 10 minutes, and I played h4. Here he does have some queen b6. Already I didn't know anything about h4. Yes, he played bishop g4, stopping h5. I played knight g5, attacking pawn on f7. Here I was thinking about knight g5, but anyway, knight e5 comes. And now my bishop on c4 is under attack, and he does threaten h6. So h4, bishop g4. I played knight g5, knight e5. I played bishop b3. Yes, I could play f3, but he does have some. First of all, I wasn't sure about. Yes, he can go bishop d7. He had also this c5 move, which is not easy at all, like bishop b5, bishop d7. Yes, I can take on d7. And the problem is after h6, my knight does not have good squares, so knight should go to h3. Yes, another interesting move was bishop f4 to play, because whenever he takes on c4, I just take with the queen, f7 is hanging. But here I saw at least h6, bishop e5, h takes g. Yes, bishop f6, queen f6. Yes, when I played knight g5, my idea was to go bishop b3. He played h6, otherwise f4 was a threat. I went f4 anyway, h takes g, f takes c. And here, when I played knight g5, bishop b3, I was mainly considering some d takes c, queen e5, queen e7, queen takes e7, bishop takes e7, like something like this. Yes, and white is just pawn up and better position. Yes, here first surprise came 97. I did not really expect this move. After the game, my opponent told me that he didn't like bishop g5. Yes, I saw bishop g5, but I didn't play it because of queen g5, because now if h takes g, rook h1, king f2, rook a1, let's say, and black does have too many pieces for the queen. But he said that here bishop f7 is an option to play. For example, if king f7, there is short castle. And if king goes to d8, then h takes g, rook h1, king f2. Here, if d takes c, at least queen d7 is there. And this, like I'm having too many pawns. Yes, I went e takes d. Of course, he's threatening to take with the knight, so I took here. And he played f6. Another surprise for me. I was thinking about queen f6. Let's say if queen f6, g takes f, and here I wanted to go queen e3 with the ideas rook f pawn or queen g5. For example, g takes h or rook h4, there is rook f pawn. Bishop d6, I just play rook f pawn. Bishop f4, I just take, and here tactically everything works. So here he played f6. Yes, his idea is to play knight e5. Yes, if e5, knight e5, knight e4, I was thinking about. If I take bishop g5, then he can take with the bishop, with the queen. And eventually I went for this bishop takes g5, f takes g, I played e5. Yes, he has bishop f5, bishop h5, but always e6 is there. Like I saw such a beautiful line. Rook f1 or short castle. And if rook h4, there is rook f5, rook d4, bishop f7. Yes, here he went, of course, queen a5. I could take queen g4, queen takes c5. And let's say I don't have knight e4 because of knight f6, but let's say I'm having queen e2. I don't think white has any problems. I could also continue knight e2, and maybe white is very slightly better. I went here e6, and another surprise came with this knight f6 move, because mainly I was considering queen e5, knight takes e5, e7, and here bishop e7, let's say d takes c. Yes, if g takes h, short castle, rook h4, short castle. So king e7 is the strongest, I guess, short castle, g takes h, and here white is just better after rook e1. Yes, if you go rook h5, there is rook f7 or bishop f7, and here at least white is having knight e4. Rook f4 is also very interesting. And here knight f2 is there at least, and then yes, I'm taking on e5 and taking on g4, getting two minor pieces for the rook. Yes, but he went knight f6. Yes, here I also had something like short castle, because queen e5 is not working, rook e1 is there, knight e5 as well is not working. Yes, if queen c5, I can at least go some bishop f7, take here, take on g5, and probably I'm better. But yes, still position remains very complicated. Yes, but I didn't like, for example, at least long castle ideas, queen g4, queen takes c5, so it was very complicated. Queen a5, I went d6, he played knight f6, e7, bishop e7. Yes, I could play queen e3, but queen d8 is there, I just took there. And here, from the far, from the distance, I really evaluated my position much better, because if queen c7, I saw king d2 at least. I'm threatening h takes g, rook is coming to e1. But here he found another brilliant move, rook h4. It's very important to take exactly rook takes h4. If king e7, of course, there is I'm not sure what was my... I think, yes, just short castle, and white is much better. Yes, rook h4, and here I'm in some trouble. I played king d2 after some thoughts, and he played bishop h3, another good move. I was thinking about queen b6, and I was ready already to play this, and here rook e1, but I wanted already to go rook h1, king e7, rook h4, or g5, rook e1. Yes, rook e5 is not a big threat because always rook a5 is there, but let's say black does not have many convenient moves. Here knight e4 comes, and if you take king e7, there is knight takes g5. If you take knight e4, there is rook takes c4. That's why here rook e1, black just goes rook a5, and knight e4, there is king e7. Yes, he played bishop h3, and here we both didn't have much time, and I played queen e3. I could play queen g1, but I didn't because of knight e4 and king c1, knight takes c3. Yes, h3 is not really hanging because of knight e2, and if b takes c, queen takes c3 is there. So that's why I played queen e3. Yes, he took bishop g2. I played rook e1. Yes, queen e6, there is knight e4, just winning move. Yes, king e3, there is queen c5, king e2, there is knight c3, if b takes c, there is rook e4. Otherwise, my threat of queen f7 is very strong. Yes, here I wanted to make this king f2 move work, but at least knight e4, and then queen d2 comes and almost checkmate. Yes, here I played my opponent after the game said that rook h4, g takes h would have been better, rook e1, and here he wanted not b5, queen h5 he wanted with the idea queen h6, and if I go even queen e6 I don't have threats. Of course I wanted to trade the rooks and kind of not let him to have a very active rook on 4th rank, but I also didn't like allowing opponent to have pawn on h4. Yes, rook g1 was also there. Rook e1 I played. He found another good move, rook e4. Here I played queen f2. I don't think I had... yes, I played queen f2. And here I thought I'm more or less... because we were in time trouble, because if king e7 there is rook d1 and I'm threatening to go king c1. I don't have queen g2 of course because of rook d8 check, and black just wins. But the rook d1, and I think white is better, but here he found just great move queen b4. So I played rook d1. Here he could play queen d4, rook d4, and black is much better. He took here, I took with the rook. He could play queen f4. Yes, here queen f4, I played queen d2, bishop f3. Yes, and here I think maybe queen f4, g takes f, rook f1, but I think position is very unpleasant. I played rook e3, played g4, and I think here I made... I went wrong from practical point of view. I went bishop f7 check, and yes, if queen d3, after the game we discussed queen d3 with the queen g6 threats, but yes, even queen g6, king d7 I'm not threatening much. Yes, bishop f7, king takes f7, e8, he took with the rook. I played rook e7, rook takes e7, queen f4, and I thought maybe here I can have some hopes, but just king g6. Of course I felt that position is lost, but I started pushing my a pawn. He played rook e6. Yes, I played a5, he played knight h5, and simply he pushes his g pawn, and rook just comes to f6. So I played queen d4, stopping g3, queen d3, he just played c5. If I took, he just plays g3. What did I... Yes, queen d3 would have been strong, I guess. But anyway, position is probably lost. I played queen d7, he played rook f6. What did I... What did I play here? No, did I play queen d7? Just 1 second, I think. Yes. c5, queen d7. Yes, he played knight f4. Yes, knight f4. I played queen c7, rook f6. I took and g3. b4, g2, queen e3. Yes, my hope was if knight h3, maybe some knight e2, bishop e2, queen g3, queen g2, but of course he played king f5, king b2, rook e6. I played check, king g4. I went some a6, b takes a, queen a7, and here after g5 I resigned. Let's just briefly check the game with the computer to see. Yes. Knight g5, knight e5, bishop b3. I played h4. Yes, bishop g4, the strongest. Yes, here I played knight g5, knight e5. Here I saw this bishop f4, h6, bishop e5. I played bishop b3. Yes, h6 he played. I played f4. H takes g, f takes c. Yes, even d takes c, queen e5, bishop e7, bishop g5, short castle is okay for black. So he went knight d7. I took bishop g5. Queen b6. Well, queen b6, a takes b, takes bishop d6, and black is better. Yes, after the game he said that even he wanted to play queen c7, and queen c7 black is fine. So I played it xd. Yes, and here I was calculating queen f6, and I wanted to go queen e3. Oh, bishop d6, rook f1. Just queen e7, the only move. And the bishop f7, king d8, and black is much better. Wow. So I played it xd, played f6. Yes, bishop g5, the strongest. F takes g, e5, queen a5, the strongest. Yes, I could take queen g4, queen takes e5, knight e2, and in a different ways, game ends in a draw, in a very dry position. So I played e6. Yes, he played knight f6. He could also go queen e5. And here I thought I'm maybe slightly better, but king d7, very strong move, probably. Yes, knight f6, I went e7, he took bishop e7. Here I could play, and he said, Antipov after the game, like takes, and short castle. Yes. And white is not worse. Rook a1, knight e4 is coming. So I took on e7, and he found this rook h4. Yes, rook h4, g takes h, king f1 did not really consider, king d2 I played. And here I was calculating this queen b6, a takes b. And here I wanted to take, to go rook h1, g5, rook e1, rook a5, and here knight e4. I wanted knight e4, rook e4. I saw even bishop h5. Here I wanted bishop e6 to play. Not rook e6, bishop e6 with the bishop d7 and bishop g6. No, bishop d7 is not a threat actually. On bishop g6 he just plays. So what's the strongest here? Just to play rook h f1. So he played bishop h3. Wow, wow. No, didn't really see g4. Yes, queen g1 does not work. Queen d3, bishop f5. I played queen e3. He took my pawn. Yes, rook h5, 4, g takes h, rook e1, queen h5. I played rook e1. Yes, here he could even go knight e4, king c1, queen e5. So rook e4, I played queen f2. Queen g3 would have been stronger. I played queen b4. Yes, king e7 does. Queen b4, he found the strongest move. I played rook d1. He took. He played queen d6, queen f4, even bishop f3. And here I got chance. I got chance, but I didn't. No, bishop f7 is... No, practically very unpleasant. Queen d6, queen d5 maybe. Yes, it's right that black is threatening to go rook e6. I played this and rook e6. Yes. Yes, he just plays this. Yes, queen d3 would have been stronger, but... Yes, if rook f6, maybe knight e4 is there, that's why. No, just lost. Yes, queen f3, g1 check comes. Yes. Yes, very bad start of the tournament. Losing with the white pieces, but let's hope for the best for upcoming rounds. But at least my opponent played much better than me, and he definitely deserved. Yes, because thank you very much. And tomorrow I'm playing Sverch Dariush. Probably I'm pronouncing his name not precisely. I apologize for that. Thank you, and hope to see you tomorrow.